Hello, this is Mr. Grider, and welcome to another episode of CoasterFaQs Reviews, a series where we look at roller coasters, rides, and attractions. Now, we're continuing on our Year of the Giga reviews by looking at the legendary coaster Leviathan, the one that has won many golden ticket rewards for actually being the best steel coaster in the world. And it is, not only is it a really good steel coaster, it's a monster. It has a height of 325 foot, which actually, with that, it holds a world record for having the tallest lift hill in the world. Any coaster taller than Fury 325 doesn't have a lift hill. It's launched. So it's just a fun little fact there. The coaster has a 320 foot drop, has a massive length of 6,602 foot. So once again, a massive, pretty good sized coaster. Goes 95 miles an hour and has a drop, and its drop has an angle of 81 degrees. So a little steeper than the previous roller coaster I reviewed, Leviathan, but still not as steep as, like, say, Millennium Force, which has an 85 degree drop. Now, this thing is massive, and is actually not only is it's well known. It's actually currently has won the Golden Ticket Award multiple times at this point for being the best steel coaster in the world. And it definitely shows up to that, having a combination of high intensity, a good length, and is all around just a really good steel coaster. It's on my bucket list of coasters I want to ride. Right, it definitely is something to check out if anyone's down at Carowinds. And on that note, I'm sorry, ramble on. On that note, let's get into the video. The video is from Carowinds' website directly, and on that note, here we go. Now the station in a long straight section into the chain lift. And just by looking at that, you can tell it. I also can tell just based on how fast the pole pulls from the maintenance ladder, or whatever you want to call that. Now on the side, this thing is going a lot faster than a lot of coasters, and a lot faster than Leviathan. And cresting the top. Massive drop. Horseshoe turn. Camera. A low and fast overbank. Another one. Into the treble cliff. Good point of weakness this year. Another overbank turn to a massive airtime hill to a long legs. Another airtime hill. We're climbing out in another airtime. And into the long break run. It's an unnecessarily long break run. Alright, that was Fury 325. I still say is, based on the POV, is worthy of its title as best steel coaster in the world. Now, even though it is the best steel coaster, there are a few issues. I still have a few issues with that. But one big one is that helix. The helix is unbearably long, and even by the POV, you could tell that does lose momentum. Although I've heard from some people that helix is not as forceless as it appears in the POV. It's just because you're going so fast. It's really elongated, but it's still It really is an area that you really lose some momentum. The airtime, same thing with the airtime hills at the very end. And which is the second thing. It's just airtime hill after airtime hill after airtime hill. Same thing with the going out on the out section of the coaster. It's just nothing but overbanked turns. I say it would have been a little better if they mixed it up a little bit. Like threw an airtime hill somewhere in the first half of the coaster, and maybe put one or two more overbanks on the second half. It might end up being a little better. I'm not 100% sure if a lot of people would say the same thing about it, but in my opinion, it probably would have been a little better. And the third and probably the worst problem I can see with Fury is that brake run. It is unnecessarily long. In fact, I'm pretty sure if they didn't have that really long brake run, they might have been able to put in one more good pop of airtime in there somewhere near the end. But that, again, all three of those is more or less a nitpicks and really serious problems I see with the coaster, because it's just amazing. And I am intending to go to Carowinds within the foreseeable future, and definitely am going to be riding Fury. In fact, I'm wanting to save Fury so I can have it as my one for when I hit the triple digits in terms of my coaster credit list, which are currently, as of making of this video, I'm at 75 coasters. So I am getting close to hitting the triple digits. But I cannot help, but I can go on and on about how just amazing Fury looks, but then again, this video would end up going too long. So if you guys are near Carowinds, enjoy the best steel coaster in the world, unless you're counting hybrids as steel coasters as well. And there's some level of debate there. But on that note, this has been the Mystic Rider, and I'll see you next time.